Love and Hip Hop Miami. I'm about to review 2 episodes. I'm going to try to make it as fast as I possibly can, child. So I'm still trying to squeeze in Married to Medicine tonight to review and do. So we'll see what it gives. Okay. Love and Hip Hop Miami. Lord. Amada and Allen. That man is something else, ain't he? What he tell Amada? I ain't never coming over your house with you and your mama. Ever. I said, oh, y'all, you don't treat women right. You don't, what he say? I know that y'all are evil. You wasn't raised up with your daddy, so you don't respect men. Y'all hate men and blah, blah, blah. This whole thing got started because he did an Instagram live basically saying that Amada won't let him see the kids. So Amada did a meet up with him. Ray J and Safari was starting mess and being foolish. And so she was just like, we can meet up. So they met up. She said, you ain't seen my kids in 2 years. He has other kids, older kids. And his whole thing is, you won't let me see my daughters. He wants to he stays in Dominican Republic. He wants his daughters to go over there. And she said, you ain't seen my daughters in 2 years. They don't know you. You're not taking my young daughters nowhere are you crazy? If I ain't coming with them, I don't blame her. I don't blame her. These are her babies. Are you crazy, sir? Oh, I'm not going to come to your house. I don't trust you and your mama. Is mama probably going to have some stuff to say to you? Yeah. Amada and her mother have been doing everything for those babies. I don't know why. I'm not saying this is necessarily Alan, but some men think that if they are not with the mama in a relationship, that somehow means that they don't have to or need to take care of the kids. Like, you don't have to be in the house to take care of your kids. And he was just like, oh, I'm going to get a lawyer and blah, blah, blah. She was just like, get a lawyer. So you're not going to win that case. At the end of the day, Amada has been taking care of those daughters by herself, along with her mama, who she also take care of. So, I mean, it's not much you can say. So he threw up the fact that he threw up the fact to Amada that he was married and that she knew that he was married when he proposed to her. I'm like, but sir, you're missing the fact that you proposed to her. You pursued her. You told her all these things. You told her you was going to leave your wife. Now, mind you, it's still not right for Amada to get with him or whatever, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, sir, Amada wasn't married to nobody. You was. And now he's trying to throw the narrative, oh, I was happily married with my wife, but you're you're engaging Amada? But you happily married with your wife? Is that what a happy man do? That's happy in his marriage? He goes and try to engage somebody else. So you sounding ridiculous. We just gonna pay for Amada, child, because she done fell for the okie doke. He's definitely one of those arrogant men. I definitely get that vibe. He definitely, because of how he looks, because of the good old colorism, it happens with men too, lighter skinned men, some of them, who think they're better and stuff, and he, feels like he's, for whatever reason, that Amada should be thankful and blessed to even be with him. And he talking about, oh, I regret the day that I met you. And there's no need to do that now, sir. The kids are here. The babies are here. You're mad. Amada said you ain't got no money. You was claiming that you was this and that, and you don't. And boom, bam. And Merry Christmas and Happy Black History Month. Okay. So what else is going on? We see Trick, the twins, Asia and Deja. And we actually meet Trick Daddy. And then we see Trick's son. Trick's son, congratulations to him. He has one more semester. He probably not graduated now. But he has, in real time, he has one more semester of college to do. And he's a senior and he'll be done. But Trick called the twins in now because he had their contract. And the son just so happened to be in there walking by, whatever. And so he saw Trick hand them their contract. And then he felt some kind of way because he's expressed to Trick that he wanted to be a rapper. He's always wanted to be one, and Trick said, "No, I want you to finish school. I want you to be nothing like me, whatever." So he told him, "Just finish school and I got you." He talked to his daddy, Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy talked to his daddy and said, that you should let the boy be a rapper. He was just like, he's not like you. He didn't grow up like you. And, just show him what he got or whatever. So I think Trick Daddy's going to give him a chance. And I think that he should at this point. But I also agree, just let him finish with school. When you are that close to graduating, you don't need no other distractions, even if they're good distractions. If it's not anything that's going to progress you to a certain level academically, you don't need to be bothered with it. You need to focus on graduating first, and then everything else comes afterwards, and we'll figure out whatever. That is the most important thing, I feel. And I agree with Trick Daddy on that. Brooke Valentine, it's about to be a what? Girl fight. Brooke Valentine Crazy Self is back on television. Y'all know Brooke Valentine was on the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood installment of Love and Hip Hop, franchise of Love and Hip Hop. Crazy as all get out, pretty as all get out, talented as all get out. I remember she arranged the whole setup for Marcus to marry him. She done ran after Marcus Black. She done ran after him. She done finally caught him. They finally done got married. She has 2 beautiful kids. I think one is by Marcus and one is by somebody else. But anyway, she's been off the scene for a while, but she's getting back into the music thing, and so good for her. Brooke is definitely a wild card. I'll say that. But she came on here as Amada's friend. They're talking. Amada's explaining everything that's going on with her and the whole tea. And she's just like, child, it's a mess. Brooke was like, okay, girl, I got you. You need to go to Bobby's birthday party, masquerade party, and handle your thug thistle and don't let nobody, scare you off. And I was like, okay, girl. We see Shay. Now, this scene was very, very sad. Shay's talking to her mom. Unfortunately, she ended up losing the baby. She went to the doctor, and they said they couldn't find a heartbeat, and so she was already a few months along. So they gave her the option. They told her either you can wait until the baby naturally comes out itself, which will be, stillborn, or you can go ahead and let us have the surgery to remove the baby. And that's the one that she decided to do. Super sad. Shay's really upset about it. And that's just, as a man, I can only imagine what Shay is feeling, in that moment. And, her mom is there for her, but her and her mom have a strenuous relationship. And her mom, it's a lot between them. They was on Y'all Fix My Life and the whole thing. But the mama can't stand Fabian, Fabio, whatever his name is. And, so that's kind of clouding her judgment to be there for her daughter a little bit. And so, yeah. Even later on in the next episode, she goes with Shay to the hospital to, have the surgery. Fabian comes up and, they get into it, child, as they often do. And Fabian, he just has a smart mouth, a slick mouth. And, he's just, I don't know. I don't know what's his problem. I don't know. Anyway, what else happened? She told Fabian he needs to come down. Fabo, it's one of them. Pick one. Let me see. We see Gael, Flo, and Zoe. They're talking. They don't like Hot Topic. I don't like her either. Trina's, she's in Trina's crew. She's an image consultant, I believe. And I asked y'all last week, was that a real job? But then nobody said nothing back, so I'm gonna go with no. But anyway, she has a colorful past, and apparently Gael and Flo is gonna expose her because they don't like her anyway, and they say she's a scammer, etc., etc. And she has a relationship with one of Flo and Gael's friends. And she's just a mess. So, yeah. But like I said, I didn't like how she came for Zoe. And her attitude was a little stank. Let me see. We get to Bobby's masquerade party, child. Everybody looks great. Flo is mad at Amada. Amada ended up coming because she feels like she don't like how Amada went on Instagram and said that her and Safari's relationship is fake. Flo felt personally offended by that because she was just like, well, people gonna think my relationship fake. I'm like, what is it? I don't understand. What does Amada's decision have to do with it? You know, and if anybody is a reality television connoisseur like I am, we know what's real and what's fake anyway. Like it's entertainment. So I mean, who cares? But Flo said her stuff is definitely real, and I said, girl, that ain't nothing to brag about. That's a shame, actually, girl. But Flo and her crazy family, they running the show. I will say that. Flo and all of them is entertaining. I told y'all Gael is my favorite. She's disrespectful, out of control. She don't care. And she's not a main cast member, so she really ain't got to deal with these people like that. So, you know, I love Gael. Gael! Okay, so anyway, Eliza and her booty. Amada walks up to Eliza and tells her that she wants to talk to her, and Eliza is telling her how much of a bad friend she is and how she makes everything about her and blah blah blah. We're Libras and we can tend to do that, not maliciously, but we can be a little self-centered at times. And Amada felt bad. She was just like, I don't know who to trust. I'm trying to work this whole thing called life out, and it's just a lot on me. Eliza also conveniently did not tell Amada that she don't feel that she messed with Safari. She said she don't feel like she need to tell her that because Amada said her and Safari was in a fake relationship. So in Eliza's mind, that means that Safari is up for grabs. You are a gutter snipe, Eliza. And I liked you so much last season. And you know, the fact that you think you done got somebody, Safari's for everybody. It's the fact that you sitting here bragging all about it, and it'll be in Safari taking it slow. Taking what slow? Safari is a hit or miss. Hit Safari and do your thing and go on about your business. Y'all saw, I don't even like Erica Mena, but y'all saw how he treated Erica Mena and women before, and y'all really still think, oh, he for real this time. This the one. Child, y'all are crazy. So anyway, Trina and her new man, Swerve. Swerve is on Beyonce's mute challenge. He don't talk. She like the men she can run. Let me see. Child, Gael and Flo, they get up on Bobby's on the stage when Bobby's making a speech. They start dropping down pictures of Moosey, which is hot topic. Old pictures of her and allegedly her being a scammer and all the things. Child, they threw a t-shirt and knocked one of the twins out. Bam! In the face. I see, what is going on? Hot Topic started to confront them. They threw a drink on her. Trina and Hot Topic trying to get at Flo and Gael. And it's just a mess. Trina turned up at the fool, and it was just crazy. That was so unnecessary to do that. Now, Gael, I'll be with the stuff you do, but that was just too much. And it was just rude. It was just no regard for other people. At the end of the day, you could have did that at Hot Topic's event, but this was somebody else's event. This was Bobby's event, his birthday, and it was just it was nasty. So the next episode, Flo is telling Claudia about everything that's going down, and Claudia looking, she was just like, child. I think Claudia realized she signed up for something. I think she signed up for this, but not really realizing what it was. And Claudia now realizing that Flo and Marlon and all the things are crazy. But do I think Claudia is with Flo for a come up? In a way, I can see that. But I still like Claudia more for Flo than Marlon. Marlon need to sit somewhere with Safari, the worst of the worst. With his drawn on beard, magic marker tease, eyeliner tease. Yeah. I was just like, child. Trina, she performed Whoop Whoop Pull Over That Too Fat. She was in South Carolina somewhere getting her life lesson. Pull Over will always be that jam by Trina. When I tell you, whenever that come on, dunks in the truck, thighs like what in there, got more booty in the butt. Cisco make that song when you see me in the thong, 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 thong. Listen, that will always go hard. That beat, whoop whoop. Then it shit, whoop whoop. And then one more time it go whoop whoop. And then two more times it go whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. We're not gonna do it. It's just nasty, child. I wish we could play music on YouTube. I would get my life right now. Anyway. You know, Trina, she meeting up with Joy and at the man in his new place, and she has a key and love it. It's cute to see Trina happy and in this relationship. We'll see. And apparently she's talking about having kids too at 62. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully everything works out. Okay. Let's see. Shay and Sandra, like I said, they met up and Fabio came up and him and Miss Sandra got into it, etc. A little later on, Sandra and Shay got into it because Fabian told Shay what Sandra said, you know, because Shay didn't want anybody to know. She wanted to be able to tell Fabian about what was going on, you know, that she, you know, had the baby was unalive in her and stuff. And so, yeah. So she wanted to say that. But he did walk up to her, tapped her on the shoulder, where's Shay? What's going on? So, what was she supposed to say? Really? Shay, you should have just told him over the phone. And then later on, after kicking her mama out and bringing up her past with the daddy, Fabian came in and she was just like, I blamed you for stressing me out and the whole situation and everything happening. And, you know, that's why she didn't, you know, she blamed him specifically as to why she didn't, you know, wasn't able to, you know, carry the baby and stuff. Listen, but Shay, look, I ain't gonna speak too much to that, but I mean, he's back in the house. It's just, I don't know what to say. And he went back to Milwaukee or with this other woman, wherever he went to. And it's just like, Shay, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak to it because it's just, I'm not in this situation. And I cut people out my life constantly. You sneeze wrong and you gone. So, I don't know. But we can pray for Shay, and I guess pray for Fabian too. Maybe he's changed. Maybe he's done doing what he do that's wrong to do to Shay, and maybe. Like happy Black History Month, niggas. I don't know. Okay, let me see. Bobby and Amada, they're talking, they're going over lines. Bobby is apparently an actor. I didn't know. Apparently he did a movie or something with Vivica, and Amada did a movie on Netflix, which I got to look up and see if I can find it. And so, yeah, so they're talking about Gael and Flo and how disrespectful they are and how they showed out at Bobby's event. Bobby did not know that Flo came up to Amada and cussed her out about her business with Safari and stuff. And she was just like, oh, we're going to confront her at Flo's event. Hot Topics and Joy is walking down the street somewhere. And they're talking and it was just like, oh, we're going to expose Flo and her foolishness and how she do, because she's not going to come for me. I said, well, Marlon meets up with Gael, the woman he slept with, his wife's sister, at her place and say, we need to get together so that we can get rid of Claudia. I didn't tell you this, but I'm back in the bed bragging about it and talking about Flo and stuff. Flo, I don't know what you were thinking about letting Marlon back in the house. Like I said, you should have left him behind that restaurant and you should have gave him a few dollars to get him a hotel. Or put him up in somewhere and called it at the Motel 6 and called it a day. I don't know why you felt the need that, the kids. And he's not, once again, I don't understand. Why couldn't he come over and see the kids? Why does he have to stay there? Oh, the kids want him there. Who cares? Why does he have to stay there? You know what he gonna try to do. You know his goal, his intentions. This is why you shouldn't play with people who are separated but not legally divorced. This is exactly why. Because the possibility that they're going to go back to their significant other is very strong. Very strong. So this is why people that's in limbo, I don't know if we separated or we're working on getting a divorce, but I don't know. Or, I'm thinking about it. Just leave them alone, because you're always going to end up with your heart broken if you're that other person. Always. Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to go back with that person, even if they have, especially if they have kids. So, and this is what happened. I actually feel bad for Claudia. I don't too much like Claudia. It's not that I don't like Claudia. I don't trust Claudia. But like I said, I trust Claudia more than I trust Marlon. I don't know how somebody has a relationship still with somebody who slept with their own sister and tried to sleep with the other one. I don't know how that, and multiple other women. I don't know how that works, but Flo does. So we're going to keep going with the review. So, yeah, so I was just like, oh, let me see. What else is going on? So we get to Flo's event. Amada looked amazing in that green dress. Amada's so pretty. Bobby they came and cussed Flo out, and Flo had no remorse. She didn't care that it was Bobby's event. She didn't care about what she said at Amada. She didn't apologize for bringing Gael, because Bobby don't like Gael. And yeah, Flo didn't care about nothing. So Flo got up there all suddy and muddy. It was hot as hell in there. Clearly, everybody was sweating. Where's the AC? Don't invite me to no event that don't have no food, don't have a working bathroom, and don't have AC. If it's the summertime, I'm not coming. Okay, and if I get there and it's some of that, I'm leaving, because I'm dressed sharp. I might have on a little makeup, and you mean to tell me it's 90 degrees in here? I'm out. I'll drop your gift on the table. I got to go. No, because my whole thing is ruined. I just showered. Anyway, so yeah, she got up there to start to speak and thank everybody. Here come Marlon and his beard behind her. And mind you, earlier he was taunting Claudia, showing a video of him and Flo and the baby, the youngest son, dancing together and stuff, trying to, mess with Claudia. I was like, oh, he's so childish and petty. So anyway, they got up there. After she got finished speaking, here come Marlon on the mic. It was just like, yeah, we get back together and, whoop to whoop. And, let's bring, somebody yelled from the crowd, I think it was Gael, and said, bring, what about your girlfriend? Because she said nice things about Marlon. And then she was just like, Marlon, Claudia, she's not in this conversation. She don't need to say anything and blah, blah, blah. And so then the mama got up there on the mic. Flo and Gael's mama got up there. And what's the other sister name? I forgot. Anyway, got up there and said, oh, you back in the bed with Marlon. And then Marlon showed a picture of Flo naked. Well, Brian Panty said, laying beside Marlon. So then Claudia runs out crying and upset naturally. And then Flo, oh, we didn't sleep together, blah, blah, blah. And one of the producers asked Flo in her confessionals, did she sleep with Marlon? She said she messed up. So I'm assuming she did. Just dumb and, I don't know. So all of a sudden we hear like a van, or we see this butch lady comes up, Biz Marquis came up and she put a sign on the door and said eviction, or she was giving Flo the pink papers on her event space. She said, Flo, you ain't paid. What was her name? Bernice, Bethany, Bernaka, Brandon. It was something what her name was. And she put the papers on the thing, and they highlighted underneath Hot Topics cousin. So I was just like, oh yeah, this is her get back. She said, Flo, you got to be out in 3 days. You ain't paid back rent for 3 months. I said, Lord mercy. Then here come Amada up to Flo, tapped on the shoulder. Oh, Flo, listen, on the low, do you need a loan? I'll loan you. Do you need a loan? Flo was just like, do I look like I need a mother? Here's the gag, though. I think Amada was coming from a place of concern, like a real genuine place. But I can see why Flo took it as shade. And then in that moment of being embarrassed, you don't want nobody to come at you with nothing like that. Like, what you mean? Like, she was like, get away from me, Amada. I don't know. It's weird. Amada and Flo don't really know each other like that. But it does seem like she's choosing to go against Amada for whatever reason. So I don't know. At some point, all these girls have went against Amada. It's just, I don't know what it is. Amada is low-key the star of the show, and I guess the girls are mad about it. I don't know. Or maybe it's some behind the scenes happening, but I could care less about behind the scenes because we don't see it. So it is what it is. And that was Love Hip Hop Miami. With that said, I'm MrChalaki. MrChalaki on Google+. Follow me at SKingsWar on Instagram and Twitter, at SKingsWar89 on Snapchat, Chase King on Facebook, MrChalaki on Cash App, PayPal, and TikTok. And as always, run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black. Stay tuned. And I'll see you guys later.